What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. And as you can see on the stream, I'm live streaming on Twitch only. But for those who enjoy my content on YouTube, all is not lost. I will be uploading a recorded version of the stream, and it will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. That'll come later down in the future, probably tomorrow or so. But yes, I am back on the stream, so in an effort to kind of save cost while I'm still out of work, I am going to try to stream exclusively on Twitch, but record replays on YouTube until I can at least get a job where I can go back on Restream. So until then, can't go back on Restream. So Twitch is the way to go for the future. I could have done YouTube, but Twitch doesn't do uploads because I'm not an affiliate. So anyway, this is the best way I can try to get a lot of people out, reach out and about. Feel free to say hi in the chat. It's great talking with you guys. I know I don't get a lot of people watching. I don't stream a whole lot often, but I am grateful for each and everyone who does come in and tune in. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. But on the other note, still looking for work. It's been over a month since I was laid off. I have been frivolously looking for something new, trying to find something new and better with the good work-life balance. That's what I'm wanting. That's what I'm wanting to find. And there's a lot in the area. It's just I've been called up for interviews, and unfortunately, I hear back and don't get it, or I don't hear back at all. So it's been a little bit of a downer, but I am wanting to remain positive and, keep going. Want to keep going. So anyway, tonight I am going to be talking about the latest with the with Tears of the Kingdom. So we got a whole bunch of new gameplay information that was revealed to us last week. I'm going to take a look or take a deep dive into it with the 13 minutes of gameplay footage plus the making sure that was something important. Anyway, also kind of looking back at the other trailers to kind of, get back with, what we saw from last week's, how it ties in with the previous trailers that we've gotten. I wanted to start with the one that was back in E3 of 2019. So, anyway, before we get into all of that, here's where you guys can find this video. Well, this video is on Twitch. The recorded version will be on YouTube, but you guys can still hit me up on any of the platforms that you see. So you can hit me up on Twitter at WillYork_23. Right here on Twitch, Tuxedo28. You guys can catch the replay on my YouTube channel, which is Will York. You guys can also hit me up on the Discord, Raptor Champ. I'm also on Facebook. Sorry, Facebook fans, on the group. You're gonna have to watch it either live on Twitch or replay via YouTube. Until I get something going with Restream, and I can get back on Facebook, but unfortunately it's not an option for the time being. So anyway, as for the Facebook people, you guys can also add me on Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Epic Game Store. And there's also new command bots in there. So I got command bots where you can add me on any of the platforms, including a Nintendo 3DS. So you guys can add me on the 3DS system as well. Just make sure you hit that command 3DS, and it's all caps. So make sure for the commands, so for Twitter, command Twitter, then of course Twitch is what you see here and what you're watching on. YouTube is command YouTube. Discord, command Discord, and command Switch, command PlayStation, command Xbox, and command Epic Games. So anyway, feel free to come by, drop by, say hi. I'd love to chat with you guys. But right now we're getting into the purpose of this video, and that is to talk about Tears of the Kingdom. So I have the first video queued up. It is last week's 10 plus minute long trailer or gameplay footage of what Eiji Aonuma, the producer from the Zelda series, has showed us. So I wanted to watch this one first because this kind of answers a lot of questions about the gameplay that we saw in other previous trailers. I believe there were the two trailers that were back when it was called sequel to Breath of the Wild, and the two with the ones that were announced as Tears of the Kingdom. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and watch this long one first, and then I will there will be some live editing with this, so there is going to be live editing. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First, I have some news. Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete.
That's good, always good to hear. When you know the development is complete, that means the game is set and ready to go on its track to being released. Give me just 1 second, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. Don't you hate it when the streamer sneezes? With the development complete, that means all that's left to do is fix up bugs, patch it all up, and get it ready to go before the release date, which is May 12th. We are less than 6 weeks away from the release of the game. And again, they have put their love and entire dedication into this game. They really have. And, I mean, from what I've heard, 6 years of development. That's a long time for a Zelda game. So I imagine 6 years for this. They were probably working on this right after Breath of the Wild. So they are, from what I've heard, the reason why this game exists, because the ideas for DLC in Breath of the Wild were too good. So you might as well make a whole new game of it. So, of course, there's always the spark the debate of, is this just a new game, or is this $70 DLC? I don't know. I think it's a brand new game. So, anyway, development's complete. All they got left to do is to test it. Gotta make sure, patch up some bugs, make sure it's a bit stable, and it'll be ready to go in about 5 weeks. Less than 6 weeks, so here we go.
Thank you very much for waiting. Many of you are looking forward to this game.
I was going to say, many of us are looking forward to this game. This game also won at the last year's Game Awards for most anticipated game. So, I imagine, he said, most of us are waiting for this. If you've played Breath of the Wild, you know you're waiting for this. If you're a Legend of Zelda fan, you are most definitely waiting for this.
And we've released a few trailers so far.
A few trailers. The one from E3 2019, the one from E3 2021, and the trailers with the official name announcement from last September's Nintendo Direct and the February Direct from over a month ago.
Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like.
Notice he's got an OLED controllers on there. There had been rumors and speculations about the game getting an OLED special edition, and especially Nintendo's been pushing that a lot with their console designs from Scarlet and Violet and Splatoon 3. And now, it actually, since this video has released, it has been confirmed there is a Legend of Zelda OLED edition coming. So, I mean, just watching this trailer, you make you think, I wonder if the OLED rumors are true, and it turns out it was true.
Okay, let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule. Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some landmasses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands. You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up? If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it. We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell... Look, it started rising. This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement. Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the...
Alright, sorry guys, I am having issues and apparently my audio is not connected to that. Give me just a moment to fix that. Can you hear me? Okay, much better. Sorry about that. Let me go back into this, and I know I had a lot of points on there, and I put some points on there, and it didn't get recorded, so I apologize for that. I'm going to go back and try to make some of those points again. So
Hello everyone.
I apologize, you guys.
I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First, I have some news. Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete.
It's good. That's a good thing that the game is now officially complete. All they got left to do is test for bugs and stability, and then everything should be good to go. And then, they'll start manufacturing, putting the physical cartridges on there. They'll start getting that ready to go. So imagine they're going to start working on that, getting the game out onto the physical cartridges, and then I'd say, what's today, the 4th? I would say by the 21st they should be shipping out. I say by the 21st they should be shipping out to homes to stores all around the world. So, pretty good that the game is officially complete. Development's done, and now all you gotta do is wait.
Thank you very much for waiting.
Yes, we thank you. We gotta have a lot of patience. They've worked on this for 6 years. A long time to be working on a game. COVID was a big factor, of course. The pandemic and everything the pandemic affected everything, including the world of video games. Hard to work on video games when you're not at the office and you had to work from home. So, mainly you had to work on this game while they were at home. But still, 6 years is a long time to wait for the game, and especially this year marks 6 years since Breath of the Wild came out. So imagine they started this game right after the events after Breath of the Wild. Of course, from what we know, the reason why this game exists, because the idea for Breath of the Wild DLC, too many good ideas, so they decided, let's put all those ideas in a brand new sequel game that keeps it in The Legend of Zelda.
Many of you are looking forward to this game.
Oh, we are looking... Excuse me. We are looking forward to this game. In fact, this game was voted the most anticipated at last year's Game Awards back in December. So, and I mentioned, 6 years wait for this game. It is highly anticipated.
And we've released a few trailers so far.
A few trailers. The first one, the E3 2019, E3 2021, the September Direct from last year, and the February Direct from over a month ago. So we've got 2 when it was still called sequel to Breath of the Wild, and 2 with the new Tears of the Kingdom name.
Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like.
Notice he's got an OLED Switch. He's got OLED Joy-Cons, so that's kind of led to the speculation that there is going to be a Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom special OLED edition. And since this video has been over a week due, that has officially been confirmed.
Okay,
And it also feels like Nintendo's doing a really big thing about pushing the OLED model ever since it debuted in October of 2021. They've put it on. They put different games on the OLED, like uh, Splatoon 3, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and now The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Let's begin.
All right, let's begin for real. This time with audio.
Here we are in the land of Hyrule.
It almost looks the same. It looks pretty nice. But there are some differences. There are differences in this.
Like The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways.
Say it looks like it's changed.
If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so
I think we'll probably get a full-length a direct, a game-focused direct on this. I'd say a couple of weeks out before the game. But looking at the calendar, it is April 4th. If you're going to do, honestly, if you're going to do like a Zelda direct, I would say, looking at the calendar-wise, not the week of the 17th, because that's when Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp comes out, and Nintendo's going to want to make a push for that. And then Zelda comes out on May 12th. That'll be their next game after Advance Wars Reboot Camp 1 and 2. 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. So I imagine if we're going to get some sort of long Zelda-focused direct, I would say next week would probably be the most likely. I would say next week is the most likely. There's nothing a whole lot going on. We just got the news about Pokemon Stadium coming to Nintendo Switch Online 1 week from tomorrow on April 12th. But that's nothing big. That's nothing big and exciting to go on with that. So I imagine next week the week we might get a Zelda length direct. If not, I would say the week of the 24th, because like I said, they're after Advance Wars Reboot 1 and 2 Reboot can't come out. Now then Nintendo's going to put all their focus into Tears of the Kingdom, and that would be a perfect time for a long Zelda direct.
we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches.
Of course, Discovery is the big thing that was really big with Breath of the Wild, is Discovery. Really big thing about it. There was so many different surprises, so many different secrets, all the cool stuff you can find in Breath of the Wild. I imagine they're putting the not a lot of marketability leading up to this game. From what I've heard, it has not been a lot. But the thing is, Nintendo wants to keep their fans. They want to keep them in and focused, and by doing the absolute best they can. So, not showing up much about the game, I understand from a marketing perspective, it's not a good way to get people to come in. But in the turnaround, you not reveal a whole lot. It just leads people to be more curious about about what the game's about. So this game, as I said, just like in Breath of the Wild, this game will also be about discovery.
In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky.
Getting Skyward Sword vibes right here, going sky high again. And again, you're not only getting the map from Breath of the Wild, but you're also getting a map from the sky. And the map to Breath of the Wild is already huge. It's already big. Can you imagine the map? I mean, Breath of the Wild map is pretty big. Can you imagine it with the sky? And then all on the Switch. So, in other words, the Switch can handle it. It can handle all of the big tough technical stuff that all the other companies can do. Not as graphic heavy, but they can still handle it.
You'll notice.
So yeah, like I said, Skyward Sword vibes. Can't wait to go sky high.
Notice some land masses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands.
Can I call them the Skyland? I think Skyland would make a pretty good one.
You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up?
I think that was question number 1 on everyone's mind after you revealed that about going to the sky in E3 2021. That was, I think, everybody's main question of how you going to get to the sky. Thank you for addressing that first, Alnuma.
If we take a look,
You also notice I kind of used a lot of the same music that was in Breath of the Wild. Like they used the stable music right here, and also the music when you're riding the horse. So they're using a lot. They use a good recycling amount of the same material, which is a good thing because it helps reduce cost effectiveness on the technology. Video games don't. The reason why they're expensive, they need materials to build. And so, if you recycle the material that you used in previous games, you're actually saving a lot of money on your animation crew, your design crew. You're saving money when you're recycling a lot of your same principles. Video games aren't the only thing that does this. Disney has done this in the past with some of their movies. And it is a way to reduce cost effectiveness for their animation. They recycled the old animation into other movies. And there's been a lot of Disney movies that use that. Robin Hood, Aristocats, Jungle Book, just name a couple of them. Just to name a couple, they reuse the same animation as a way to reduce cost effectiveness when it comes to, putting out new material. So it's a smart way. I believe it's a smart way to save money, especially when you're designing something that would be millions of dollars to make. Back then, in the days, it costed hundreds, or not hundreds of thousands of dollars, at least tens of thousands of dollars just to put out a movie. In fact, dating back into the 1940s, and this is like from cartoons, Tom and Jerry episodes they cost $50,000 each just to make one episode that ran for about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And that cost $50,000. So if you take that's a lot of money back then. $50,000 is a lot of money back then. Take that amount and you apply it to today's principle. 50,000 is nothing but a sneeze for these gaming companies. It's nothing but a sneeze. So just be grateful. I'm a fan for recycling animation and different properties. I mean, I understand it's unoriginal, but at the same time, you're saving money. So, all right, rant about that is over.
oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder
Yep,
what
I
that
see it.
is. Let's head over to it.
Gotta adjust my headset real quick.
We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell,
My first thought it was stasis.
look, it started rising.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's
Recall.
movement. Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them. There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too.
Or Skylands is what I call it.
I made it. There
Wow, the view looks pretty good from up there. And I mean this.
are lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands,
Oh, look, there's one of the dragons that you fought in Breath of the Wild. How cool.
so we hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay, now
I kind of wondered the few different methods. I feel like that's a hint of foreshadowing here.
we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here. You won't see
That
many of
happens
those
for
yellow
me.
trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit. There's a branch on the ground.
Can I mention real quick before he goes on? Look how detailed that map is on that bottom right corner. That looks so much good. That just looks so good.
When you find something like this, you should pick it up.
Of course we should pick it up. It's a weapon. And it's not just any weapon. It's a tree branch. Probably it's the weakest weapon in the whole game.
It might come in handy later. Let's continue. Oh, something's there.
Okay.
This is a brand
New enemy. All right.
new enemy called a construct.
A construct. An interesting name for an enemy. Okay.
We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up. Ah, the branch broke.
Of course, a lot of people complain about the weapon durability in this game, and apparently that has not changed.
Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and... we defeated it.
The soldier construct horn.
Moving on.
And a Zonai charge. So there was people talking about the Zonai, how they could be involved with this. Which I don't know much about the Zonai anyway. I'll have to look it up.
We've now explored more of this sky island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken.
Oh no, what are you going to do?
So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here,
It's technically called a boulder, but we're not judgmental.
and do this, look, we can stick them together.
What? Fusion! Gosh, why am I getting Dragon Ball Z vibes? I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan, and I'm just saying, I just like yelling out, Fusion!
We created a makeshift hammer. This is called fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects. Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon. We're dealing with two of them at once. Oh, we beat one. The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability.
Yeah.
You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range. With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance.
Oh man, people are gonna come up with crazy stuff for their fusing stuff. I'm gonna make a meat hammer.
You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory.
So basically, this is Legend of Zelda meets Animal Crossing New Horizons. I like it.
For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies. Very useful. In addition, let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So, at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and... look, it homed in on the target.
Wow. Well, I think we saw that in the February Direct as well.
Let's try this on another bird. I'll just fire in that general direction. It's very simple. Depending on what you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting. I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so... attack!
Sneak strike.
Even if you struggle with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods. In the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate.
Hang on, there's something I want to look.
But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking
I wonder, did he just put a rock on the shield?
things together. Let me
I think
demonstrate.
so. Yeah, making sure. I thought he put it on.
Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers. We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here. So, we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log. Let's do one more. We'll bring this over here and attach a third log. It's a makeshift raft. This is another new ability
called Ultra Hand, which is apparently a nod to a 1960s Nintendo toy with the same name. This was back when Nintendo was still into toys and cards before making the transition to video games. Of course, the video games we all know and love today.
Called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft. You can always attach things or detach them like this. Now, if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat. We've made a simplified version of a boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it forward. There's something here. Let's try hitting it. Oh, wind. It's blowing wind. Looks like we found a fan. Why don't we try attaching it?
I like that they put a charge meter on a battery meter for this fan. I really like that. That's pretty cool.
We'll attach another one. This should make the boat well balanced. Okay, they're attached. All right, let's try moving the boat. Hey, it's moving. It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans. Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. All right, we reached the other side. In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine. Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own. There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. There are even more new abilities. Take this building over here. Okay, watch this. Look, I passed right through the ceiling.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Saves climbing a lot. Saves a lot more energy from climbing.
This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you. There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere. For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here, come on,
This is pretty
keep
good.
going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon. Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game. Ah, it blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of fan. Ah! I got pushed off! Oh well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky.
I think it would be a good idea. The button tells you to glide. Probably not a good idea. You're too high up. If you're going to glide, do it when you're closer to the ground. Don't do it while you're up there. Not safe.
The surface like this. It feels so good. In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land. You can also search for destinations that pique your interest. Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this. Let's dive into this river. And we're back on the surface.
He makes a big splash, don't he? Wow. That's a pretty big splash.
There are still so many things I'd like to show you, but let's leave it at that for now.
The suspense kills us. You gave us a good sneak peek at the gameplay, and 10 minutes to us, it does not feel like it's enough. No, 10 minutes does not feel like enough. But we got to keep waiting. I mean, this game comes out in 5 weeks, so the game comes out in about 5 weeks. So just got to keep waiting.
What did you think?
I'll tell you what I think. I think this is going to be a pretty good game. The thing is, this also comes out the weekend of Mother's Day, so a lot of people are going to be tucked away in their little hidey corner, their little hidey hole, and they're going to be playing this game all weekend long, even past Mother's Day. That's what I think.
Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible.
I mean, you're not limited. That's the thing. You got a lot of possibilities with this game. There's a lot of different possibilities, possible ways to get up to the sky, to take down enemies, to hunt, all sorts of different possibilities.
There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today.
I know, the suspense is killing us. We gotta know the story, though. We gotta know the story.
But they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it.
Again, they want us to discover this for ourselves. They're not gonna tell us much. I can tell you that. They're not gonna give us much information from here on out. I mean, maybe one more Zelda Direct just to kind of get an insight on the story and some of the enemies, but I don't think they're going to give us much. They want us to discover the stuff for ourselves. And that's what made the first game popular, was discovery. So that's what they're wanting to try to do for this one as well. Discovery.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. May 12th, so over a month away. Of course, there had been, there was a lot of talk about, about the thing about the Zelda games. Whenever a new mainline Zelda game comes out, it has happened for the last couple of consoles. It usually marks the end of one console and the beginning of another console. That's what's had some people talk about, but the way the Switch is keep going and going, the way that it's keeping going on, and it's been 6 years since the console first came out. There's no signs of slowing down. There's no signs of slowing down. And here is the OLED console right there. Which I'll admit, it looks pretty nice. Ooh, those are tan Joy-Cons. Pretty nice. That Hyrule logo looks pretty sweet too. And I never thought I'd see so many people get excited for the color tan. Never have. It looks good. And April 28th, 2 weeks from the game's release. 2 weeks. So you got 2 weeks to enjoy a new Switch OLED model. Again, you want to keep the sales of Switch going, you A, release a new model, and B, you release different variants of it. All in the effort to make that money. Because the Switch is one of the best-selling consoles in recent years. And that also a new Pro Controller and a carrying case come out on the same day, as well as a new Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo and other Zelda reprints. So those are also coming out on the same day as Tears of the Kingdom. So yeah, that was a pretty good excitement. A pretty good 13 minute long information bit right there about what this game is about. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back into the first look at the E3 2019. I know it's much of a story thing, but we're going to look at this and see what we learned from the other trailer to kind of see what kind of tells us about the earlier trailers. So let's take a look. And again, if you're watching on Twitch, thank you so much. Again, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch for the time being, but replays will be possibly made available to watch on YouTube. I will admit, this was a pretty good trailer. Alright, so that was E3 19. This is E3 21. And we see Link falling through the sky. And there's the paraglider with the neat outfit. Okay, going back on this one. Alright. Notice in the video they talked about the constructs. I think this is a new type of construct that we're going to see here. Alright, we got bokoblins. And we also got the stone talus. So, that's going to be interesting. How are you going to take those down? Especially, when you took them down in the past, you take down the bokoblins in different manners. The stone talus, you mostly did the same thing, but with you know, heavier weapons. I kind of wonder how fusing's going to work with defeating both of those. All right, this is the recall. This is one of the things I wanted to see. This looks like the recall feature that was shown off. So pretty interesting to see the it looks like the recall was right here. All right, looks like we're in on the looks like we're going to be under the ground as well, unless that's in a cave. All right, that looks like an ascend portion that he just talked about. Of course, they said 2022, but then they announced that March that it was pushed to spring 2023. If you're going to delay a game, you delay it for the right reasons. Delay it for the right reasons. Because if you don't, then it's not going to be good. Alright, so now we take a look at the first trailer that of the Tears of the Kingdom officially announced. This was in the September Direct. So trying to get what a little bit of the story is from these trailers. And it's not easy to tell. So imagine Calamity Ganon has come back. Has come back from the dead. And has taken Hyrule Castle sky high. That would be my best guess of what the story is so far, just based on seeing all that. See, that looks like Ganon right there. There's recall right there. Tears of the Kingdom. So a lot of people were wondering, you know, Nintendo didn't officially announce this title until late last year, what the official title was, because they said that it would make reference to another Zelda game. After I found out a little bit about these tears. That was from Twilight Princess. So if anyone knows anything about Twilight Princess and the tears from that, let me know in the chat down below, whether it's live stream here on Twitch or later when it's replays up on YouTube. And a release date, May 12, 2023. So, I'd say it was a good wait. Now we got one more to watch, and it is the one from February's Direct. So, here we go. We get some new flying enemy here.
Rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies.
If this is the voice of Calamity Ganon, or Ganon himself, then I like it. I mean, it just sounds so cool.
Leave no survivors!
Oh yeah. Blood moon.
Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
Oh, don't doubt our hero. Don't doubt our hero. Just using like an eyeball to get that homing device. This music's pretty good.
Please, lend him your power.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Wow. All those trailers are really hard hit, are really in depth. They leave us with so many different questions. But after watching the 13-minute gameplay feature last week from Anuma, we can see a lot of those different gameplay elements finally answered in that stream. And now I can go look back and like, okay, this is Recall or this is Ascend, and then there's Fusion. So pretty cool. Pretty cool to see all of that. So, anyway, guys, it's getting late. It's almost 10 p.m. my time in the night zone. I'm about ready to head to bed. So anyway, I just thought I'd come out, be back on the stream. So again, if you have not tuned in, I am streaming on Twitch. Replays will be available on YouTube. So hopefully after this presentation, I will get this, after I stream on Twitch, this video will be available on YouTube either later tonight or tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. If you guys wish to check out this video on Twitch or the replay on YouTube, or you can follow me on any other platforms, feel free to do so. You can hit me up on Twitter at WillYork_23, Twitch Tuxedo28, and YouTube Will York. You guys can also hit me up on Discord, Facebook through 4State Gamers. And you guys can also add me on Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Epic Game Store. Quickly, just I do have a stream schedule upcoming. All sorts of different stuff coming up. So, no dates per se for any of these streams, but I will give you details about what these streams are about. So, first one is it's moving day. So basically in this stream, I will be taking the Pokemon from Pokemon Violet and moving them into Pokemon Home. When the compatibility is announced between Pokemon Home and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I will move those Pokemon from Violet into Home. And I will also show off a shiny Dex that I got from a Facebook giveaway over a month ago. And then Amiibo Tournament is going to return. We got number 58. This is going to be a big one. We got 85 Amiibos taking place in this tournament. 4 of them are making the tournament for the first time. Steve, Alex, Kazuya, and Sephiroth all make their tournament debuts. And of course, the tournament is going to be featured in 5 streams. We got 5 streams to go about for the Amiibo tournament. We got 2 qualifier streams, 2 first round streams, and then a stream to finish off the final 32. And then, of course, you guys want to see all the more details, head on over to my Twitter, and that is at WillYork_23. I've outlined details about Amiibo Tournament 58, and also new changes coming to the Amiibo Tournament starting in number 60. So after 59, we'll have new rules that'll take effect in place in number 60. And then I'm going to do the ultimate Pokemon journey, and that is to take a Pokemon from a Game Boy Advance game and put it all the way onto Nintendo Switch. It's a big journey, and I finally got the pieces to do it. However, it's going to take some time because apparently the pieces that I got, game-wise, they're not complete, and you gotta complete both games in order to do this journey. So I got to beat both of those first, and then I will be able to do that. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get all those into the, do this ultimate Pokemon journey. Of course, it's got to be a Gen 3 Pokemon. It can't be a Gen 2 or 1 if it's in one of those Gen 3 games or Fire Red and Leaf Green. So, anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful evening. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good one, guys.